Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
5 different plans are being considered for the upcoming Fargo school year, all tied to the level of risk for COVID-19.
They include all students and staff returning to school if there's a low risk, to everyone distance learning if there's a high risk. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly dives into where things stand now.
Fargo school leaders are facing the difficult task of choosing what happens this fall.
This is about the 3,500 staff that are going to be in the buildings that are going to be working with our students and potentially, affecting 15,000 lives within our FPS family alone.
Superintendent Rupak Gandhi says on the current risk scale, the district sits in the middle at yellow.
If we were to only look at death rate, hospitalization rate, and transmission rate, Cass Public Health would say that we are in a green. However, if we had to look at the ability to implement social distancing, we know that that is not something that we can do in all of the classrooms if we were to open school today with all of our students.
That would mean middle school and high school students would incorporate distance learning. Kindergarten through 5th grade would adopt a hybrid model both in and out of the classroom.
They would attend on an AB day, which would allow them 3 days a week the first week, 2 days the second, or vice versa. Making
it even more challenging. Superintendent Gandhi says these risk levels can vary by schools.
We have a wide variety of schools that are different sizes. So there might be a situation in which school A is in orange and school B is in green.
For both families or teachers, there are options. Small groups of higher grade level students who need more assistance would be allowed on campus, and no student will be forced to go back to campus.
For parents who are concerned about sending their kids, for educators who are concerned,
teachers will be specifically dedicated to a virtual academy where families can choose to stay home. The board won't approve a final plan until August 11th. In Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
The district is also looking to postpone the start of the school year from August 27th to September 8th. These proposed plans are not set in stone and are expected to change as the district navigates the weeks ahead. They are seeking continued feedback from families and staff.
A major part of North Dakota's reopening efforts is testing, but the state lab can't keep up. So the health department is limiting how many tests each region gets every week. Allocating COVID-19 tests where they're most needed is the goal of the new structure. Health professionals in the state will make that decision since they know which communities need the tests and which ones do not.
They're the experts in their areas. They know if there's, a certain event, they might be seeing some higher numbers in 5 to 7 days.
The state health department is hoping to increase their lab's testing capacity before school starts.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz today signed an executive order mandating masks in indoor businesses and indoor public settings to help slow the spread of COVID-19. The mandate goes into effect Saturday, but officials say those with mental health or medical conditions are exempt. Esme Murphy was there for the governor's announcement.
And this is the way, the cheapest, the most effective way for us to open up our businesses, for us to get our kids back in school, for us to keep our grandparents healthy, and for us to get back that life that we all miss so much.
Governor Tim Walz made the announcement surrounded by health experts and business owners. He argued masks are the best tool against a virus that shows no sign of letting up. Opposition to masks and concerns about the governor's emergency powers are strongest in greater Minnesota. One reason the governor had a Bemidji businesswoman talk about the mandate taking the pressure off small businesses.
It's been really difficult to research and know what stance to take and then be able to defend that and then enforce it.
Minnesota is relatively late to the statewide mask mandate. At least 28 other states, including Alabama and Texas, have them. Republican Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka blasted the governor's announcement, saying, "I find myself asking why one size fits all is the only option. 40 counties have no COVID deaths and another 35 counties have less than 10 deaths." Republican U.S. Senate candidate Jason Lewis went further, declaring on Twitter, "The government mandating what we can and can't wear is an unprecedented power grab and highly unconstitutional." But complicating the issue for Republicans is the president apparently reversing course, encouraging Americans to wear masks and warning the pandemic may get worse before it gets better.
Anyone who willfully violates the order in Minnesota can be punished by a fine of $100. Businesses in violation could face a $1,000 fine or up to 90 days in jail.
Minnesota is reporting 507 new cases of COVID-19. That brings the active cases in the state to 4,175. 4 new deaths are being reported, bringing the death toll to 1,552. 273 people currently are hospitalized with the virus, and 119 of them are in the ICU. Over 42,000 are listed as recovered. North Dakota is confirming 160 new cases of COVID-19 within the state. It is the highest new case count since the state started tracking the pandemic, but Governor Doug Burgum says it includes numbers from Monday after a problem within test screenings. 2 more deaths have also been linked to the illness, bringing the death toll in the state to 96. There are now 864 active cases. Over 4,400 people are listed as recovered.
When it comes to states with mask mandates, things are different in North Dakota. State leaders say that they're not going to require you to wear face coverings in public settings. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie has more on the stand and has reaction.
This is probably one of the most impossible things to try to mandate from a government standpoint.
Despite recommendations from the health department, Governor Doug Burgum said in a press conference Wednesday that North Dakota will not have a mask mandate.
There are other states that have gone with the statewide mandate. We're not doing that today. I think there's issues about how do you enforce it.
The decision coming just hours after Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signed an executive order to require face coverings in indoor public settings. On Wednesday, North Dakota saw the highest case count since the start of the pandemic. That's 160, but the governor says the jump was caused by a delayed report of cases from the previous day. Still, he's getting pushback from North Dakotans.
Even if it's just one person wearing a mask in a certain place, I feel like they're doing a good deed for everybody.
North Dakota is now just one of 19 states without a mask mandate. Although not required, it is recommended. The governor is even urging businesses to enforce it.
We were closed down for about 2.5 months, so when we opened back up, decided we were going to have masks, trying to make the stores downtown kind of a safer place to shop.
City and state leaders want you to decide for yourself, but to be considerate of others.
You should just choose if you want to wear a mask or not. Being out in public, like walking on the sidewalks and stuff, I think it's okay. But when you're in a public establishment, you should be wearing a mask.
Burgum recommends social distancing, but when it's not possible, you should wear the mask. In Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
And we have much more information on the governor's decision online. Download the Valley News Live app.
North Dakota troopers stopped the same vehicle and driver within 6.5 hours for speeding 4 times on Sunday. If the driver is found guilty of each violation, they will accumulate 29 points on their driver's license record. Speeding contributes to 1 crash every 2 hours in North Dakota and 1 deadly crash every 8 days. Fargo police continue their search for a man who got into a fight, and is accused of stabbing someone. It happened early this morning when the man rang a woman's apartment buzzer and told her that her car alarm was going off. She left with a friend to investigate the alarm, and when she came back, the man was hiding in her apartment and started fighting with the friend and stabbed her. Then the man took off. Police are reminding you to use caution when answering buzzers or doorbells. They say if you leave your house or apartment for even a short period of time, lock your doors behind you.